was driving home a couple of weeks ago listening to mindless comedy on Sirius Radio, thinking about how I was going to approach this project, and from out of nowhere, the answer became clear, thanks to Chris Rock on Blue Collar Radio. Both elements are important here. Rock was telling a story about a young black man who came onto the bus, acting all the fool, and then he asked, why is it that black people are the only people who feel responsible for their entire race? Hello? So true. So true. I mean, I'm white, and if some loudmouth, pea-brained fellow Caucasian is spewing some garbage, I don't think to myself, oh great, another pale-skinned dingbat giving me and my brothers and sisters a bad name. Cripes. So let's consider the second part of this inspirational narrative, Chris Rock on Blue Collar Radio in the first place. This event is hardly happenstance, for I often listen to the mindless family comedy and blue-collar comedy channels to and from class. It's rather like dulling the senses before diving in. And a good 1/3 to 1/2 of the material from these stations is from minority performers. But that's the beauty of humor, huh? It can reveal any exposed nerve without the victim even noticing. Academic essays, though, do not have the leisure of inserting furtive cracks. When Geneva Smitherman considers the pattern of ebonics in her essay, Black English Ebonics, from the collection Rethinking Multicultural Education, she offers a clear understanding of Rock's perception and comedy's inclusion, with her explanation of signification. Girl, what up with that head? Ask your mama. Oh, so you going there, huh? Well, I did ask my mama, and she said, can't you see that Betty looks like your mama spit her out? Stereotypes are as common as weeds, spread as quickly as dandelions, and are as hard to get rid of as Bermuda grass. Let's review a few here, shall we? As Joaquin grew older, he felt the need to express the image of a tough guy, an angry young black man. Not laughing at your children when they mispronounce words in your tribal tongue. Retrofitting textbooks with names like Suling for former names like Dawn or Jennifer. I can be pretty sure that when I ask to talk to the person in charge, I will be facing a person of my own race. And Americanist Randy Newman has a few words of his own to add. Listen.
Kids today got problems like their parents never had. Neighborhoods are dangerous, the public schools are bad. At home there are distractions so irresistible. The hours fly by, no work gets done. Some Jewish kids still trying, some white kids trying to. Millions of real American kids don't have a clue. Right here on the lot, we got the answer. Product guaranteed to satisfy. You say you're not all that you wanna be. You say you got a bad environment.
Ah, yes, the myth of the model minority, Asians, upholding notions of racial and cultural inferiority of other lower achieving groups and masking the existence of racism and class exploitation throughout this country. Just in case you haven't been paying attention, stereotypes are grounded in 99% economics, 1% hearsay. Ask a Vietnamese student with dual working parents of inner city San Francisco what he thinks of the model minority. I dare you. As Joshua Aronson reminds us, everyone is vulnerable to stereotypes, and everyone is vulnerable to the pain and self-effacement as a result of stereotypes. The nascent of stereotypes and all of their ugly ramifications is misunderstanding, misinterpretation, misconceptions, misreadings, misapprehensions, wrong ideas, false impressions, wrong signals, and ignorance. Until we understand, we don't always have to empathize or accept these misconceptions, but at the very least, we must understand and we must acknowledge the other, or we'll never be a truly United States. I intend to use my ELA classroom as a clarifying force in this ongoing war of misunderstanding, and I will have Louise Erdrich, Alice Walker, Henry Louis Gates Jr., Ernest Hemingway, William Carlos Williams, Tom Wolfe, Margaret Atwood, Jane Austen, Lord Byron, Christopher Marlowe, Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, Sandra Cisneros, Amy Tan, Henry James, William Shakespeare, Sylvia Plath, Mark Twain, James Fenimore Cooper, T. Corrigason Boyle, John Irving, Geraldine Brooks, Truman Capote, Kate Chopin, John Kennedy Toole, Owen Wister, Larry McMurtry, and Sinclair Lewis. And they will all be behind me, encouraging me forward, illustrating the misinterpretations for the past hundreds and hundreds of years. But I am the general of this battle, and my classroom is the front lines. It is my responsibility now to equip my students with the armor of comprehension to take with them for the rest of their lives.